Please be seated. I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we are meeting. I pay my respects to their elders, past and present, and the Aboriginal elders of other communities who may be here today. Your Excellency, I invite you to present the honours and awards in the Order of Australia. To be members in the General Division: Professor Matthew Todd Gillespie, for significant service to tertiary education administration and to medical research. Mrs. Debbie Grove, for significant service to softball through umpiring development roles at the elite level. To receive the Public Service Medal, Mr. Hakan Akyol, for outstanding public service to multicultural policy design and program delivery in Victoria. Dr. James Richard Pearson, for outstanding public service to forensic science, particularly to chemistry in Victoria. To receive the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mrs. Josie Crisara, for service to education and to professional associations. Mrs. Ekaterina Danova, for service to the broadcast and print media and to the Russian community. Mr. Jeffrey Allen Dare, for service to veterans and to military historical research. Dr. Frances Marie Devlin Glass, for service to education and to the Irish community. Ms Carolyn Diane Douglas, for service to the law and to the judiciary. The late Dr Kim Frances Dunphy, to be received by her husband, Professor John Toombaroo, in recognition of her service to community health through dance movement therapy. Mrs Lillian Judith Fawcett, for service to the community of Clunes. Mrs Helen Fox, for service to children as a foster carer. Mrs Rosalind Marie Fox, for service to the performing arts. Associate Professor Cecily Jane Fremantle, for service to medical research, particularly to population health. Mr Saki George Ganella, for service to education. Ms. Linda George for service to music education. Mr. Simon Gibson for service to secondary education. Ms. Caroline Totty Goldsmith for service to the community and to the performing arts. Mr. John Dale Galotta for service to veterans. Mr. Ian Russell Green for service to Buddhism and to interfaith relations. Ms. Amara Hamid for service to women and to the multicultural community of Melbourne. Mr. Colin Hamley for service to veterans and their families. Dr. Ian Victor Hansen for service to the community and to education. Mr. James Donald Higgs for service to cricket. Lieutenant Colonel James Glenn Hislop for service to veterans and their families. Mrs. Beverly June Horwood for service to the community of Ballarat and to swimming. Mr. Walter Neville Howell for service to rowing. Mr. William David Incoll for service to the environment and to the community of the Dandenong Ranges. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join the Governor in once again congratulating all of today's recipients. Your Excellency, I invite you to address us.
Can I start by acknowledging Mr Adam Fennessy, Victorian Public Sector Commissioner. Thank you so much for joining us today. All our distinguished guests and, of course, our award recipients. I also want to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we're gathering, and I want to pay my respects to elders past and present and to any elders who might be with us this morning as well. Well, I give the warmest welcome to each one of you who've joined us at Government House this morning to this ceremony in which I've had the privilege to invest some of the finest Victorians with their Australian honours. The investiture ceremony today has been different from those seen in this magnificent ballroom across many years. Circumstances have obviously dictated a longer than usual wait for you today, and can I thank everyone for their patience. There's been delays and stops and starts, but it's so lovely that we've actually got you here finally today. And of course we gather now on a slightly more intimate scale than in the past, but you've also seen the difference of close family members pinning the medals on my behalf. I do quite like that, particularly when there are kisses involved, because that's something I can't participate in usually when I place the medals. What's completely unchanged, though, is the feeling of delight shared by all of us here at Government House as we embrace the opportunity to say thank you to each one of our recipients. There are other things that I know haven't changed at all. Experience tells me that each one of you, our recipients, will be tempted to shift much of the praise and attention to those around you, to those who've supported you in both your private and professional lives. And I have no doubt at all that many people have indeed helped you in your outstanding achievements. Today, however, is about you. I urge you to take at least this brief period while you're joining us here to bask in the knowledge that you have gone above and beyond for your country. We're focused on you, not to embarrass or humble you in any way. We simply want to highlight how, whether you've performed on the global or the more local stage, your leadership has helped to make our nation and our state stronger and better. A long way from Australia, but with resonance worldwide, US President Joseph Biden, in his recent inaugural address, spoke of our leading not merely by the example of our power, but by the power of our example. And each one of you has done just that. You've shown your leadership by the power of your example. Never underestimate that example. And it's the reason why I'm going to ask you to wear your pins daily and with pride, because your pins, and on more formal occasions, the medals that you'll find in those very exciting boxes that you now have, will often start conversations that will inspire others to follow your example. And hopefully it will encourage them too to think of the wonderful Victorians they know that they might nominate for this award. People who, like you, have contributed their talents and skills to the greater good. And we know that the more our award winners look like Victoria, the richer we all are. This past year has seen difficult and painful times for the world. I'm confident that here in our state, all that made Victoria flourish before the global pandemic will help it to prosper again as we undertake the recovery process. I know that your contributions in the past have been a significant part of our various successes, and I know too that your continuing leadership has never been more important to us, to ensure that we meet our challenges and that, in the words of our Victorian state motto, all of us can continue to live in peace and prosperity. We thank you and we congratulate you on your well-deserved recognition, and we want you to enjoy your time at Government House. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the first verse of the Australian National Anthem and remain standing for the departure of the Governor.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, all beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains that let us sing, advance Australia fair. Beneath our radiant
That concludes official proceedings for this morning. On behalf of all of us at Government House, we thank you for your attendance and again congratulate all the award recipients. We invite you to stay and enjoy a light refreshment that will be served in the supper room to your right. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.